Good afternoon. We just came out of 2 years of a virus. Think about how much our minds changed. We wash our hands, we wear masks, the world was shut down. That's just in 2 years. We're looking at a racial problem here that started in 1619. We have 400 years, even though it ended after 279 years, chattel slavery. We had Jim Crow not much longer than 60 years ago, that blacks were on the left side, whites were on the right side of a bus, because a lot of rules, they couldn't use certain restrooms. And we're wondering why we have discord, why we have police shootings, why we have George Floyd, why we have riots, why we have other problems. We keep looking at the behavior. We don't look at our hows, and we don't look at our whys. The most important thing is, why is the behavior created? Very simply, it started off by process. We process thoughts, we gather evidence to support those thoughts, and we carry them around like a suitcase. We reference those thoughts in our thought box. We have about 60,000 of those thoughts a day, and very simply, 85% are repeated, 85% are negative. This is why you have a guy in a helicopter working for the police, sees a black guy with his hands up in the air with a white shirt saying, "You got a bad dude down there." How would you know that if you're in a helicopter 1,000 feet from the air? Because you're obviously looking at someone's container, which happens to be black skin, and formulating those thoughts based off your suitcase. We need to find out our whys. Why are we behaving like that? Why do we react to shootings like George Floyd? We put them up on media. They're court cases that convict police that do it. This is not an anti-police message. It's a behavioral message. It's to do with all people. The things we are doing are very much happen through process. It's the process we need to talk about. Why do we make decisions? Because we reference decisions that we've learned through hundreds of years, not off 2 years that have changed us forever, but off 400 years. We need to go back to realize how this virus of dysfunction and separation started before we can talk about our hows. How are we going to fix it? Obviously through a dialogue, through challenging our mind and challenging our thoughts. If we look at the behavior, we'll have one side resisting, the other side uncomfortable or denying or condoning it, or not knowing how to change it. We know how we can change it through discussing why it's there, and then in unity sort out how are we going to move forward. A lot of platforms are doing great work, but a lot of platforms are also lost in the behavior of it, not talking why it's happening or how it's happening, merely looking at it and saying how bad it is. We cannot make something good by saying how bad it is. We have to talk about the potential of why it's created, and then talk about how we're going to change the why and the how. It's a short message, and I'm going to do more of these, but it's going to be short messages because I know we have short attention spans in these days. Love you all. Over and out.